Donnie Nitro here and we are live with Up on the Tire. I would like to start by saying we're back, bitches. I know you pole smokers are ready for us to get down to it. So here we go. We tried to bust Hot Rod Harry out of prison, but that didn't go as planned, so we said fuck it and hired a replacement. I would like to take this time to introduce to you our new co-host. Let's give it up for Keyboard Kelly O'Brien.
Thanks for having me, Donnie.
Don't get comfortable, you are only here till Harry serves his sentence. Well, it's been a long while since the last show. There are quite a few things I would like to cover. Let's start with the crybabies at circus racing.
You must be talking about Miss Dynamite. It's funny how they run and tell their buddies they got fucked, but when asked directly they say, it was circus racing's decision. Nothing worse than not having the balls to say it yourself and sending your lackey to do your dirty work. Donnie, you know I got a famous driver for a father? You think it would be alright to live off his name and name drop every time I say something so people think I am important?
Reminds me of a trick the Greeks used back in the day. I think it was called Trojan horse. You trick you into thinking you're something but in reality you're not. So Keyboard Kelly, are you going to the big open funny car show in Virginia?
What race are you talking about? I have not seen or heard anything about it. If it was as big as you say it's going to be, you would think a little promotion would be in order.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You know damn well everyone reads the board and knows about this race. You act like it has to be advertised outside of the internet. You're a fucking dumbass, I tell ya. I want Hot Rod back.
Donnie, screw you and the goat you rode in on. How about this? You hear that circus racing is offering spots in the race for 20 large now?
You say that like it's a bad thing. Have you not seen the transporters these guys use? They want to act like they're a big show, so make them pay like they are. This was supposed to be a fun hobby class, now it's not so fun and not so much a hobby.
Just remember there is a very fine line between hobby and mental illness. So I just got back from the March meet. Did you go, Donnie?
No way in hell was I going. I didn't want to catch valley fever. I am going to Tucson though, as it's way safer there.
And you call me the dumbass? You've been hanging with drunk Mo for far too long.
I stopped into the bullshit chat and watched the freeloader deal. I was watching Funny Car and laughing my ass off when the hitters didn't make the field. I guess karma bit them in the ass.
I know what you mean, Donnie. Being in the strippers union myself, I can tell you firsthand we didn't have the money to compete with a pirate for the seat.
You know it's a fucked up place when you can trust the strippers more than you can your so-called friends.
So now what do they do since the race has been called?
It's the March meet, bitch. No one will go to circus racing over the March meet. I thought the producers said you were smart. Money doesn't matter, it's the prestige.
Donnie, I am smart enough to know that the funny limbs at the March meet are gonna suck. Only 3 cars are going to show up for the 8 spots. Thoughts worse than the drunk race organizers' events.
You just had to bring up that goat fucker and his boss, didn't you? Well, here's a news flash for you. The goat fucker is getting married and his boss is still too drunk to understand that their top 10 list is bullshit. How in the fuck is the code dead higher up the list than the prostitute? Then you have the not-so-poverty-stricken further down the list than the man. I wish I was a real funny car. How can anyone be higher than a team that can win without even getting a fucking time?
Take it easy, Donnie, you're going to have a heart attack.
The only person who is going to have a heart attack is that big bastard who does nothing but spew his own propaganda and bitch about the left side. Maybe he needs to take his right side and left side outside for a fucking walk. Word of advice for ya? It's better to let someone think you're an idiot than to open your mouth and prove it.
Donnie, it seems you have a attitude problem. You may need to get that looked at.
Listen here, I don't have an attitude problem. You just have a perception problem. That's all for this week, folks. Next week we will have another special guest with us. Hot Rod Harry is a little tied up at the moment and won't be able to get free in time for the show. Until next time. I am Donnie Nitro and you have been watching Up on the Tire